What's up, everybody? There we go. Hi, everybody. It is Monday, March 23rd, 9:30 a.m. Welcome, Fundraising Family, whether you're watching this live or on playback, welcome. Just real quickly, my name is Abra. I am a professional fundraising consultant and charity auctioneer. And if you are new here, I'm doing this free Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and answering your questions and providing free information. So if you could subscribe or give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And also feel free to share these videos or invite your nonprofit board members or colleagues to join. I am here to take your questions. And there is a chat feature. Thank you for the thumbs up, you guys. I appreciate it, although it's probably my grandmother. My grandmother is so into these videos. She watches them all day long. She's in quarantine, so I guess she has nothing to do. I'm going to show you the chat feature here. Hi, guys. Ask your questions here. We had some great questions yesterday. But today, what I really want to dive into is virtual events. I'm just going to be honest, auctioneers are really pushing these hard. Event companies are pushing them hard. All the auction technology companies are pushing them hard. One cause, Greater Giving. They really want you to go online and have these virtual events. And on Friday of last week, there was a webinar for event people in the event world, auctioneers, consignment travel people, really pushing virtual events. And today I want to break down what I heard and what I think that means for your nonprofit organization. And by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them here. So a couple things that were pushed on this, not pushed, a couple things that were new to me on this webinar were when people say a virtual event, it actually means something incredibly different from what I was believing in my mind. So what they require, and by the way, this was hosted by Greater Giving and an event planner and an auctioneer from, I want to say Seattle or up in the Portland area. And they had done a couple virtual events prior to the lockdown and serious coronavirus. They did one like the first weekend it happened. But I haven't heard of any virtual events happening right now that I know of that have been super successful. So what they did is they used Greater Giving technology. I am not associated with Greater Giving. I think it is a very decent product, but I also think there's lots of other products out there that do the same thing that are not as expensive. So if you're with Greater Giving, awesome. I am not tied to Greater Giving, and you should know that any auctioneer that recommends you use Greater Giving, they get a kickback from Greater Giving. I don't take any kickbacks from companies. It's just not the business that I want to be in. But they have a lot of strong ties to auctioneers. So any auctioneer that pushes you in the direction of Greater Giving, it's not because it's the best product, it's because they want their check. So do your research. So just putting that out there. So Greater Giving hosted this along with this auctioneer and this party planner. So for the events that they had done and that they were recommending other auctioneers try and other event planners try, they recommended having an event with 2 screens, which I find incredibly bizarre. Why would I need 2 screens in today's day and age to do this? They recommended having a live stream on YouTube Live or Facebook Live or Instagram Live, or a private live stream, and then also having the mobile giving app open on a mobile device. So the way it would work is you would watch your TV or your computer at home, and then when the auctioneer or the host would say, hey, everyone, it's time to give, you would now have to get out your phone or your tablet and take it out, log into the giving software, and donate. So there would be a lag from here to their computer and a lag back to my computer. And I just think that this is incredibly silly, a way to do this. Like, you could take pledges over YouTube Live in the comment section for free. I just don't understand why you need to be doing bidding on your phone while you're watching something. It just seems a little mishmashed and put together in a really odd way. The other thing that came across as really interesting that I did not assume was happening, but what they recommended, and I'm not sure if I recommend it, but they recommended putting all your live auction items online the week ahead of time and then closing them in a live stream. So, like doing the final 15-minute countdown and any items that were really hot, finishing them off in kind of a live style bidding. But actually, what's happening is your auctioneer or host or MC is just reading the bids off of their tablet and projecting them onto a screen, right? It would be like if I was sitting here and I was like, oh, Sally Joe just bid $4,000 for a trip to Mexico. There's no live auction happening. It's just all online bidding, but I'm reading it offline. So while that sounds amazing, do I think it's necessary, and do I think you need people? Do I think you need people to like log in to watch it? Absolutely not. I think you can have a completely successful online auction without live streaming the results and the final 15 minutes of bidding. I just do not think that's necessary whatsoever. The other thing that came across or that they recommended, and I don't know if I recommended, was using a Zoom as a way to host your event. I don't think that's classy. And I think that if you are going to do a virtual event, it either needs to be really intimate and really casual, like somebody sitting here in their office. Hopefully their office would be a little bit cleaner than mine. And talking to you one-on-one. I don't think you need a Zoom call where you can see everybody's background and everybody walking around their kitchen while you talk and you share, hosting with maybe your head of school or your executive director. I think that just is going to look so corporate and messy. I don't recommend that at all. I think that if you're going to do anything, you should really just sit down and be intimate with your donors and your viewers, and you definitely do not need to do a Zoom call. Other few things that they recommended, and the reason why I'm telling you this is there were a lot of auctioneers on this call, over 100 from across the country, and this is really what they're going to be pushing out to all their nonprofits. Why? I don't know if it's because if it's because these virtual events work, but it's because auctioneers need to make money, event planners still want to make money, and so do all the AV people. We are the people. The gig economy is very hard hit. I mean, I lost my entire book of spring business in 5 days. Over $100,000 worth of business, gone, disappeared. Maybe I'll make up some of it in the fall, but there's only so many days I'm available in the fall. So auctioneers are really going to push their nonprofit clients to move into this virtual space. And I just want to be honest with you and give you my honest opinion. That's what I always do on my YouTube channel, is just tell you the truth and be honest with you. And I want your nonprofit to be smart about this. This is not a time to be wasting money. There is a serious economic depression, recession, something not good ahead. And I would not blow a big stack of money paying your auctioneer, paying an AV company to virtualize this for you. Everything you need is right here. So Brooke, I am going to get to your question. Give me 2 seconds to complete what else I saw on this webinar. And Brooke, thank you so much for joining again. Super appreciate it. Brooke Harriet, again, not related to James Harriet, but works at an animal shelter, I believe. No kill animal shelter, something like that. Okay. The other thing that this webinar mentioned you should do is have your auctioneer act as a host of your event. So they should get on the webinar, they should get on the YouTube Live, they should get on the Zoom and present everything, which means you're going to have to pay them. And quite honestly, auctioneers are amazing when we're live, but there is nothing I can do or say from my home office to your computer or to someone else's computer, to somebody else's TV screen that is gonna make any difference. It's nothing that your executive director couldn't do, a really fun board member couldn't do, or somebody that is incredibly passionate. There is no reason for you to be paying an auctioneer at this time to be hosting anything virtual for you. I'm just gonna say it here. I don't wanna put myself out of business, but it's the truth. Save your organization's money. do not spend your money on an auctioneer right now. There is nothing that I can do or say on my computer to make your donors give more. And quite honestly, if you do want to host one of these live and you do want to read what people are like closing bids, anybody can do that from their home with the back end of any fundraising software platform. Do I think this is snake oil? No. Do I think it's unnecessary and an extra expense that your organization does not need right now? Absolutely. Virtual events are very specific and things you can do. That we're going to get to that because it's Brooke's question. The last thing that they recommended was using what you had previously paid for at your event to put together some kind of package. Now, this idea I like. I've already been using it with some of my clients. It's nothing new. It's nothing novel here. But say you already have a $10,000 deposit with your caterer or $5,000 deposit with your band. What can they give you for that deposit if they're not going to give you the money back? So maybe it's a concert for all your viewers, and I don't recommend having people pay for the concert because let's be honest, Chris Martin and Jimmy Fallon are all performing for free at home. Who on earth would pay for a concert of like a gala band? Nobody. But I do think a free concert would be super fun, or a free dance party would be super fun. Additionally, turn your caterer deposit into a raffle. I think that could be incredibly helpful, or not useful. I think that could be incredibly powerful right now. And that is something you could pay for. You could get people to pay for, and you could draw it live on YouTube Live if you wanted a specific time. Okay, let's get to Brooke's question. Brooke, what are some virtual event add-ons that you think could be effective with creating additional revenue streams? Okay, and thank you again, Brooke. Yes, your videos are so helpful. Thank you for doing these. Brooke, I wish there was a way that we could like chat voice to voice. Maybe I'll get you on the phone on Wednesday and we could just like have a real chat. And then we could record it, or we could do a Google Hangout and record it. Maybe people would like to see that. But Brooke, give me a little bit more information on what you mean by virtual event add-ons. So like a raffle, I think you could do virtually, although you do have to check the rules and regulations. So while Brooke is typing, I'm going to talk a little bit about raffles. I think raffles would be very effective right now. I think they're fun. You could also do bingo for money. You do need to check your state law. So in California, you cannot sell raffle tickets online. It has to be over the phone. So you have to have people call in. I don't know if people are going to be doing that. You can also do it over email, but there is no portal on which you can do this legally. Now, I've never met the raffle police, and I know plenty of organizations that do this. They sell raffle tickets on Eventbrite and brown paper tickets. It is not legal, and Eventbrite doesn't seem to be catching it, but I'm just putting it out there. If it is legal in your state to sell raffle tickets online, Eventbrite, brown paper tickets, your own website would be totally a great place to sell these. Okay, so some virtual event add-ons. So a couple things that my organizations are doing. We're going to do like a trivia night. I don't think we're going to make any additional revenue. I think we're going to do it for free. I think creating revenue right now through events is going to be really hard. I think virtual event revenue is almost impossible right now, other than putting auction items up for bid. And right now you could be, but let me put a little star here. You're going to have to deliver all these items. So that's number one. Think about that on the back end. And you're going to have to really push it out there. So I think online auctions are going to be really powerful right now, but I would set your starting bids higher than normal because I think there's a lot of bargain shoppers out there right now. And also think about what people need. You could offer up on your silent auction online. I will grocery shop for you. I will deliver 2 Clorox wipes. I will give you toilet paper, whatever it is. And you could monetize it in a really fun, slightly goofy, little off color, but I'm okay with that way. I think bingo could be popular depending on how big your audience is. Again, you need to check your state laws and registration. I think a dance marathon could be really fun, or a costume contest. Again, I don't know if you could make revenue at this time, but I will tell you, for example, I have kids. For any of you who watch me, know I have 3 kids. They have been watching so much amazing free content. The Cincinnati Zoo, the Center for Puppetry Arts, NASA, the British Museum. When those organizations ask me for a donation, whether it be on Facebook or they magically get my email address, which you should be collecting now, I will make a donation. It won't be huge, but I will definitely be making a donation. Let's talk about collecting email addresses really quick. This is a question that a lot of people have because this is the prime time to be collecting email addresses. So if you go to MailChimp and dig around in MailChimp. MailChimp is totally free. Again, I am not associated with MailChimp. I don't make money from MailChimp. They have a MailChimp pop-up, which allows you to collect people's name and information. And you can ask for whatever information you want. Typically, you want first name, last name, email address, and you want to have them answer some kind of question that gives you a little bit of information about who they are and why they're visiting your website. Now, if you're an organization that provides two different kinds of services, so like for Brooke, maybe she has people who visits her website for people who are surrendering dogs or found a lost dog. And then she also has people visiting, I'm assuming, for adopting dogs. And those are two very different populations. So I would put that in your pop-up. You came here today, and maybe two, because you're interested in adopting a dog, or you have a dog to surrender, or maybe other, and let them fill it in. Once you have that email, you are going to then send out something useful to those two populations. You can create 2 pop-ups, 3 pop-ups, however many pop-ups you want. But what you don't want to do, and I see this on all nonprofit websites, is subscribe to our newsletter pop-up. It's 2020. Nobody subscribes to newsletters anymore, except for maybe my 92-year-old grandma, who I adore, but she shouldn't be doing that. Nobody young and nobody in their 40s and 50s subscribes to newsletters anymore. But what we do, and you can even go look at my webpage, my website, auctionsgenerosity.com. I have a bunch of pop-ups and I have things called freebies. This is not an ad. I'm just telling you how I do it. I do this to collect email addresses about potential nonprofit clients. But the way that I do it is I offer up something free and useful. So on my website, I have a free ebook about A/B testing, which we could talk about at a different time. I have a free ebook about fundraising trends for 2020. I had one for 2019 and 2018. And if you want it, you just go over there and sign up. And I have one about fund needs, paddle raise, pledge drives. So what I do is I say, do you want this free information from me? And if people say yes, they type in their email address and it sends automatically. And that's what's so amazing about, Constant Contact has this too. I happen to like MailChimp, and there's tons of tutorials on this. So for Brooke would create the top 10 things to think about before adopting a dog, or the 8 things to purchase before your new dog comes home. For people who are surrendering a dog, it's here are the 9 things to bring with you when surrendering a dog. Found a lost dog, here are the 8 steps you should take. Call the Humane Society, call animal control, and you're going to write little blurbs. It could be an infographic, it could be an ebook, and these are all things that you can make for free from home using Canva, using Google Docs. You can use Napa, you can use all kinds of things. You could pay somebody to do it for you. I wouldn't have somebody do that. You could do it for free, but if you need to, Fiverr, you can get this done for $5 to $10. So these are all virtual things that you can be doing right now to collect email addresses. And you can change the pop-up every couple days if you want. You could have just a freebies tab on your website like I do. Or you could have, the top 10 family dog breeds, get it now, give us your email address. And why are we collecting email addresses? We're collecting email addresses because these people visited us because they either want to learn more about what we do, they're interested in a service we provide, but also their email address is gold. We can ask them to become volunteers. We can add them to our donor lists. The more people you have on your list, the better. And we always talk about in fundraising, growing the base, right? The base of our donors. How do you grow the base? You need a big list. How do you grow a list? You grow your list through collecting email addresses. I am so sorry, guys. That dinging is my family chat group. My dad and my brother, like, ding, 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 ding. Again, if you're new here, we have like 10 more minutes. If this video is helpful to you, please subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up. You could check out other videos I have. I have tons of other videos. There's a chat function. You could chat me any question that you have, and I am so happy to answer it for you right now. Previously in the video, we talked about virtual events and why I think they're a huge waste of money right now. While we talk about virtual events, excuse me, I think we should really be looking towards the fall as our big fundraising season. I think this year is going to be incredibly flip-floppy, weird with fundraising. A lot of organizations do fundraising in the spring. I think that is going to be pushed to the fall. And because everyone's going to push it to the fall. Now, this is only if your fiscal year is January to December. If your fiscal year is June to July or July to June, we can talk about that too. But in the fall, there is going to be a ton of competition, a ton. And I think this is the time now to plan for the fall. You need to get out ahead of the competition. If Giving Tuesday is big for you, I want you to start planning Giving Tuesday right now. If end of year giving is huge for you, I want you to make a plan to how you're going to double your end of year giving. What are you going to do with your end of year appeal letter? What's going to make it different? What's going to make it new? These are the times to really make a difference. Additionally, I've said it again, and I'm going to say it in every single video, start making videos. Please start making videos. You can Google Hangout and record. You can Zoom and record. You can sit down on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram Live, and just make videos. If you have a camera like I do, I'm actually in the market for a new camera. You can record at home for a little bit more professional and some easier editing, but anything you can do, you can even use your iPhone. It is incredibly easy. Give updates about what your organization is doing. For Brooke works for an animal shelter. I would make videos every single day of the dogs. Talk about the dogs, show them going on walks. You could have people lined up to adopt dogs by the time this is over. And I bet you could even have a bidding war for donations if you wanted to, or like sponsor Tommy the Chihuahua. Tommy needs new food. Who could feed Tommy this month? You could do so many fun things during this time. Horses, animals, elderly. If you are locked in a home with some elderly people, if that is what your organization does, sit down with them every day and make iPad videos. Sit down with an iPad and have them record videos, what they're doing, what they're thinking, how they feel about this coronavirus, advice. Maybe they were born during the Depression. I mean, there's so many fun things you can do. People are consuming media like never before. The amount of time people are spending on screens is insane right now. I would make sure that you are on that train, and nonprofits do not get left behind. This is the time to do that. We have 5 minutes, so I am going to show you quickly how can I do this? No. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I can share my screen with you. I don't know if YouTube Live lets you do it. I know Google, maybe I'll use Google Hangout and record it for you. But I am going to show you how I record or how I teach my clients how to record videos for their major donors. So hold on 30 seconds. I need to grab something. It's just on the floor because I have a messy office. Okay. Sorry for the shaking screen. Okay, so you don't need this, but I recommend it. You can buy it on Amazon. This is just a little tripod that it can grip, it can do a lot of other things. But the best thing that I bought that it comes with are these two things. So if you can see, this has like a little screw on the bottom and right here, and it screws onto this screw. All tripods typically have this screw. So if you screw this on, if you're ever wondering how people shoot really nice videos on their phone, they typically have one of these. Okay, so here's that. And this expands. So I'm just gonna put my phone in like this because this camera is better than this camera. That's why you always look better in pictures from the back. Okay, so I'm going to put this in. I'm going to need 2 hands to do it. Sorry, you can't see. Okay, we're going to put this in. Okay, I put it in this way. You can do it either way. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to have this on my desk. And then you bring up, I'll do it this way. Then you bring up the camera and you choose video. And if I really want to get meta, I could just like record myself. Oh, it's recording this way. Here, I can flip it. And now I'm recording myself, which is crazy. And I just press record. What you want to do, some tips for recording, is you want a nice background. Typically, what looks nice in video is something that is a little bit busy. So you don't want a blank wall. Hi, it's Marianne. If you don't, hi, it's Marianne, the executive director of the Cheesecake Foundation, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to say hi to all your donors or ask them to donate or ask them to do whatever you need them to do, give them an update. And then you are going to press stop, obviously. And then you can download the iMovie app. This is if you have an iPhone. And the iMovie app lets you edit any videos from your iPhone on your phone, and you can send it out to your donors via email as an attachment. You can email it to yourself and put it on YouTube, and you can upload it and send it as a link. You can do so many amazing things with video. You can put it on Facebook, Instagram, any place it will be seen by your donors. Try making video. I'm going to make a more in-depth tutorial for you. And if you want, I can also, I don't know if this is, I'm not even going to say it out loud because I don't know if I have permission to do it, but I'm going to try and do some other fun things for you here. I have about 1 minute left. I just want to say thank you guys so much. Give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I will be back on Wednesday. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments. Type them here on the chat. Whatever you need, I am here for you. Free fundraising advice for the next however long we're in this together. I really want to make sure your nonprofit not only survives, but thrives during this time. Guys, take care. Brooke, thanks so much for joining us. I will see you on Wednesday.